Why does Growth to Mindset have a shirt collection, t-shirt collection?
So Growth to Mindset is a consulting firm for wellness and sports brands. But as the name entails, it's very much all about mindset. So we help people grow, we help brands grow. And what I want is for people to really lean into having a growth mindset, whatever that entails for them. And it can be mentally in their lives, physically in their lives, wanting the best for themselves, wanting the best for other people. And because it's so all-encompassing, I felt, well, what else is more all-encompassing than something that you put on every day? So that's what I really wanted to do, just drive the point that Growth to Mindset is just way more than just a consulting firm.
What was your vision with this collection?
It's a limited edition collection, and what I wanted to do is create something really special around the CrossFit Games. Now, I know that not everyone is into CrossFit. There's so many other amazing sports out there, but my journey started with CrossFit. So that's when I discovered the real importance of movement. And although I did sports my whole life and played basketball, I never really understood the mental aspect of sports until I started CrossFit. And I think it's because I think it just added a whole level of, how do you say, working on weaknesses that I hadn't had to do as much in basketball. And so I just had a vision of putting out a collection around the CrossFit Games where actually a bunch of our Growth to Mindset clients will be at as well. So that's why we kind of went that route, and we have Texas on the back.
Why the hip hop reference?
I love hip hop. I grew up very close to my brother, older brother, and he listened to music every day. And every time he would, well, on the rare occasion he let me into his room because I wasn't a cool young sister, he would have music blasting, like Tupac, like all these amazing, he would always have the Fugees too. And I grew up with hip hop blasting in my ears. And I love the simplicity of 90s hip hop, the simple beats. And I think that's what life is. We need to bring it back to basics, back to simplicity. So it's really my love for hip hop and the hidden meaning of let's bring it back to basics.
And Chopped and Screwed, why the name Chopped?
So Chopped and Screwed is a type of hip hop that started down in Texas. And of course, there's that Texas link with the CrossFit Games being in Fort Worth. That's one. And the other thing about Chopped and Screwed is if you listen to it, it's a very mellow, slowed down hip hop. And that's what I like about the message, in that you can apply it to life, slow things down, bring it back to basics. And that's what I really like about that tempo. Hence the name of the collection, Chopped and Screwed.
That collection is available for shipping domestically and worldwide. Why worldwide?
When we did the first drop, it was just locally. I wanted to test out the idea, see if there was some interest in the t-shirts, which there was because we sold out. So in the meantime, I was getting messages on Instagram saying, hey, how can we order this? Whether it was here in the US in different states or internationally. And I thought, okay, I think we're onto something. So I wanted to make sure that the next design was going to be available internationally. And of course, there's so many people who are fans of CrossFit around the world. So this is kind of their chance to also tap into the whole, like, hey, the CrossFit Games are coming. We can have something of Texas on our back that is linked to the games. Why don't you explain the design, the front and the back?
All right, back definitely screaming Texas. Again, we're using that whole big. I wanted to do it. It has to be able to be seen from far, and also we stand within brand. But again, when people see this and they wear it, they're like, oh, okay, they went to the games. Oh, this is in reference to the games. Plus, it's a limited time, for a limited time only. So if you didn't get it, you're not gonna get it. Period. And the front, you're talking about the barcode. The barcode represents actually an identity you are able to find. So I want people to find us. And there's small details I don't want to spoil for people, but they have to read it I don't want to say it. I want people to find out what it means. And if you can decipher, well, just make sure you get back to her on social media.
So what was your inspiration?
Definitely Texas. Definitely something that it hasn't been done that much. Representing and not taking away from actually where we are. Like I said, Texas people are very proud. So it's something that actually somebody from Texas will be like, I'll be happy to wear it.
So how much time did it take you to design
Oh
t-shirts?
man. And this one in general.
This one.
This one, let's say the process maybe like a week and a half. Not too many setbacks. More like adjusting just color and content, because again we are promoting us as Grow to Mindset. But again, it takes like 1 or 2 weeks. Yeah, a lot of thinking. People want a designer. And for those out there that they design with a computer and never on paper, they should change careers. You should start on paper. You cannot design that computer. That's impossible.
Well, my next question was going to be, what does your creative process look like? So I guess it starts with paper.
It has to be with paper. Everything has to be put in right. If you don't know how to draw, it doesn't matter. You have to be able to put in a list, so you cannot change too much, because the mind will trick you. So you have to have a process. You have to have a list, at least something design or something in paper, so you can follow and take it to the computer and they just develop it. But if you're gonna do it just shooting from the hip, like they call it, it's not gonna go good. Something that I think it's not gonna go good.
Well, that being said, so how is it working with me? Be honest.
Working
and then
with
I'll say how it is working with you.
Working with you is awesome in a way that I'm free to do, and the feedback I have spent with you some time that I can actually read very well. I used to play cards, so I know how to read people. And in this business, you have to be able to catch the little things, because the little things is what gets the eye of your client. So I took it as a client, I took it very serious. I'm going through it and I'm like, oh, she's gonna like this one. So when I hear your feedback is just a color. So I'm like, okay, I got it.
Yeah.
It is a lot of pressure, not because you're giving it to me, is that the standard of how I do things, it has to be that I nail it. It has to be a plan. A lot of people put out merch. I don't want to call brands out, but a lot of people, they just copying people.
Yeah.
I don't like doing that.
Yeah.
I just, if you cannot create and you're only copying, then you're just doing the same thing and the same trend. I don't believe in trends. I don't believe that. So working with you, is that we don't believe in trends. It's not something that you're trying so hard to people to like. It is what it is.
I like it because working with you is kind of like a flow. I'll have an idea which pops up whenever. I'll text you, I'm like, what about this? What about that? Or I would like this, I would like that. And you're like, I got you, right? And now because we've been working together for months now, I don't even have to say kind of, I would like it to feel like this, you just know. Which makes things so easy for me.
Again, comes from experience.
Yeah.
I have been sitting down in rooms where, for example, when I did merch for the Super Bowl, I was in a meeting with people that they were talking big numbers and big stuff. And I was like, I have no business here. But then I remember I earned this seat because of experience, and they trust me like that. So it's also like working for Whatappalooza or working with these other brands. But again, it's just the capacity of how you can actually express and make your client happy with understanding what they want to do. So I'm happy for it.
Yeah.
It's been a thrill. Again, it's always deadlines, but it's always deadlines.
Those deadlines.
It is.
Oscar, I need this by now.
and again, but again, when I'm so used to that, because normally that should be my last name, deadline. Because your clients all the time is like, oh, deadline.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, no worry. Oh, my print shop, I got it. It's okay. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be measured right. Don't worry about it.
Well, thank you, amigo.
Making this shirt was amazing.
It was, right?
It was amazing. It was amazing because we were planning for it.
Yeah.
But we didn't know what we were gonna do. You said you wanted something for the games, and we're gonna do something for the games. I'm like, okay, well, let's just dial in of what mindset of your brand is. So that's why I did it. It represents more of the actual culture. I'm tired of seeing the same thing and other brands doing it. Big brands doing the same thing that everybody's doing. I was probably the first one to criticize when big brands were just about making it the color. I was like, no, we gotta sell about the actual people. And this shirt did it.
Yeah.
And I'm happy with the colors and just the whole experience and going through it was easy, but at the end it was pleasant.
Yeah.
Not just easy, it was pleasant.
I think for me, what I like about this t-shirt is that it's very much like urban streetwear, but still with a flair. And to me, growth to mindset is so much more than just a firm, and it's very much just like a way of life. And that's what you see in the t-shirt. And that's also why I wanted to sort of have a t-shirt line, right? And then when you look at this, the design, I absolutely wanted a barcode. Don't ask me why. I just really wanted a barcode, and I wanted something clean on the front. The back, you and I went back and forth.
Yeah, of course.
A lot, but I love that you're like, it needs to be like have a Texas feel because of the CrossFit Games being in Texas.
Especially something that my wife being from Texas, she was the biggest feedback. She was telling me, Texas people are very proud, and you have to use a highlight. I was like, okay, I understand. So when you told me about what you wanted, I was like, that was my second idea.
Yeah.
And I already had that idea going because I literally sent it to you. So yeah, I think this is gonna be the difference in the beginning of what things we're gonna do.
Yeah.
And I think the clients are gonna be really happy, and they're gonna be proud of wearing it. Like, you know, what the brand represents. Like I told you before, you are the brand, and I'm designing based on how I know you. So I know this is something that we can actually do, and I can't wait to see what come out next.
For sure. More things.
I mean,
More things.
hopefully.
Hopefully.
Yeah.